Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, RawchaaQadash. Just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, RawchaaQadash. And just just coming to you with this quick lesson. Today is the first day of Tabernacles. And I wanted to give some scriptures up because, I got to be honest, this is a Tabernacles that I'm starting this time. And, we're commanded to rejoice, commanded to have, a understanding of what this means. It's representing the restoration. And, Yahawashi is coming up 1,000-year reign, that we all want to be a part of. Everyone wants to be a part of the HopefulElect. And that's why we do this, the things that we do. Yeah, in this time, I'm being tested in a way where, a lot of things are hitting me hard. And so when that happens to me, I try to get the right mindset so I can, keep pushing forward. And what helps me is just the scriptures. Mainly thinking about Yahawashi Mashiach and how he had to go and die for the nation of Israel, in particular his holy elect for these last days. And then also, just Job. So I'm going to hit some scriptures in Job, but before I do that, I wanted to hit first Leviticus 23 and 40. It says, and ye shall take you on the first day of the boughs of godly trees. So it's telling you on this first day of the Feast of Tabernacles that we're supposed to grab godly trees. It says branches of palm trees and the boughs of thick trees and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before Yahawah your power 7 days. So it's letting us know as a commandment that we're supposed to rejoice. Let's look up this word rejoice real quick. The word rejoice is Strong's H8055 in the Hebrew, and it's samak. And it says to rejoice, be glad. To rejoice. It says to cause to rejoice, glad and make glad. To cause to glad and make glad. So we're supposed to be glad at this time. And how can you be glad when you're facing so many different challenges? So, you have to tap into something. You have to be able to get the understanding of what you're going through. And what better way is to go to the book of Job. So I'm going to go to the book of Job in chapter 7. I'm just going to read down from verse 6. And I'm going to do it in the NLT so we can get a better understanding. And I'm hoping someone is edified out there. I know I was this morning when I went through this. And it's keeping my spirits up. And what I'm saying, it's a real tough road I'm facing right now. I don't want to get into detail, but just to let you know, it doesn't look good. But in Job 7:6, it says, my days fly faster than a weaver's shuttle. They end without hope. And you see the title of it says, Job cries out to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So the first thing we got to connect with Job is that he realizes that life is short. And as an Israelite, those that, are going after doing the righteous acts, rehearsing the righteous acts, going after, that the spirit resonates that they, that they want to be part of the HopefulElect. Even though, we don't know who those are until the end, we can only pray that we are. We want to always connect with this life in regards to this life and eternity. So 1,000-year reign and eternity with Yahawashi versus this life. This life is short. It doesn't last as long. The pain and misery doesn't last long. So when you connect with that in the spirit, it can automatically give you a boost in your energy and a boost in your understanding so that you can handle the tough times. If you go into verse 7, it says, "O Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, remember that my life is just a breath, and I will never again feel happiness." So Job was also in connection with that we're living in hell. We have, even though he, before he received his, the striking from Shaitan, and him had to go through the boils and losing his family and the one thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another, he was in he was in total line with that this is a hell down here that we're living in. There's no pitchfork and a red demon that's going to be waiting for you after this life. No, if you're an Israelite, you're going to be going through hell now. And he was in connection with that. Keep on going to verse 8. It says, "You see me now, but not for long. You will look for me, but I will be gone." So he understands how death works. We're here for a while, and then we're gone. And back then, I'm pretty sure he knew about reincarnation or regeneration. That we return after every 3 and 4, generations. So he was very in cognizance of what this all meant. And that's something that we have to be. We have to understand that we're in these last days. We have to understand where we're at. We're in these last days. These pains and these struggles, these attempts to try to get to us, are all ordained by the Heavenly Father and Yahawashi Mashiach. And they're ordained not to for those that are going after being holy elect, meaning they're sincere in heart, they're rehearsing the righteous acts. It's not meant to destroy us. It's meant to help teach us. Teach us what? Sometimes it's teaching us that the life that we live before Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and even sometimes during Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, coming into the truth, it's fleeting. And that some things that we may have done, may have consequences with it. But it's all just to help us learn and teach us, about the deliverance of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Because like I said, the Feast of Tabernacles is a remembrance of the 1,000-year reign of Yahawashi Mashiach. So if you keep on going, it says, "Just as a cloud dissipates and vanishes, those who die will not come back." And that's where we're at right now. Once we pass on this time around, we're either waiting to pass on before Yahawashi come and being risen up with Yahawashi in the last day, or we're looking for the chariots to come, and we're standing on our feet when he comes. It says, "They are gone forever from their home, never to be seen again." So this particular place, earth right now, is not really our home. It's not something that we can count on. It's not something that we should, gloat in. And I have to learn that myself because sometimes we can face maybe losing homes and people or our vehicles or our jobs or just be hopeless in the things of this world. And it's still okay because if you still calling on Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi in truth and sincerity, and you're part of his HopefulElect, because we know then that we have a home, with him in the skies, in the kingdom. When he comes back and he, destroys the wicked, he destroys the wicked of our people, he destroys the 2/3 of our people, the heathen and Esau, Edom, and then he makes the remaining ones that survive, once he comes down and reign for his 1,000 years, slaves for his remnant that he delivered. It says in verse 10, go to verse 11. It says, "I cannot keep from speaking. I must express my anguish. My bitter soul must complain." Now, when you look at this right here, you'll think like, well, Job is going off, but it clearly states in the scriptures in the book of Job that he never went off on what he was saying. And the reason why he never went off, because he always looked at himself. He didn't look at blaming Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. He knew that he was mere dust. He knew that his time here was short. He knew that, if anything, it may be something he did. He was always looking at himself. He didn't ever go off and think that, that he was above the Most High and that his righteousness could save him. Now, he got tempted with thinking that in the scriptures, if you read a little bit, and sometimes we do too, when we feel like his hand is against us, we can feel like we're cut off. David talks about that in the Psalms. We can feel that his hand is totally against us and, that he's taken the spirit away from us. And that's just the call, really, just to dig deeper into your trust and your loyalty to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And we do that by continuing to do things that we're called to do, doing the videos, getting on the street corners, doing the righteous acts, the holy days that we're doing today, making sure we're watching our diet, keeping the Shabbat. Today is also Shabbat. Looking for the signs and wonders. Today also is going to be a full moon later on, and it's going to be a eclipse in the full moon. So, we keep to the scriptures. We keep our loyalty to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, our faithfulness in Him, even through these tough times. And, for each person, each tough time could be something different. Everybody's getting a different measure. Everybody's getting a different lot. I know for me, this is the toughest time I ever experienced in my life. And, it comes at an opportune time because it's really at a crossroads. It's like He's really trying and testing, not directly, but through the actual conditions that I'm going through, because He doesn't, He doesn't have to get His hand dirty and do these things to us. He has angels. He has spiritual demons. Everything on the left-hand side. He has people on this earth that, like such as Esau, Edom, the 2/3, that can apply pressure on you. So He's using everything on the left-hand side sometimes to try to get us to help us see that we still got to stay faithful and still trust in Him. In verse 12, it says, "Am I a sea monster or a dragon that you must place me under guard?" So look at that word, sea monster, so we can get a better understanding. It says a dragon, a serpent. It says a sea monster, a serpent, a venomous snake. And who's that sound like? That sound like Esau. So when he's talking about having a guard on that, it means that, basically, when we get the kingdom, and even here now, we have the ability to be as righteous as we are given, to the best of our ability. I mean, there's no limit to it. There's no limit to how much righteousness you can bring on this earth. Righteous deeds don't have no law with them. We won't be sovereign until we get those new bodies, but we can always be as sovereign. We can always be give as much to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi as much as our bodies can give. But Esau, instead, he has he's always guarded. He only has so much that he can do. Though it's a lot right now, though it's a lot that he's doing. Let's keep it real. He's going to be able to implement the Michael C. hip. World War III is going to be started through him. He's poisoning our foods. He always has oppression his neck on Jacob, on Jacob. So he has all these different things that he's doing, and it seems horrible, Yet he has a guard on him, meaning that he's only allowed to do what he's doing because Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi allows him to do it. On the other hand, on the righteous side, we can do as much righteousness as we can to the best of our ability. So there's never going to be a limit to how much righteousness you can do. If you go back, it says in verse 13, it says, "I think my bed will comfort me and sleep will ease my misery." And that's where I was, for a while. I'm thinking that, I could just, kind of carnally in some way push my way through things, wait for the next day, But what about today? Today He says rejoice because it's a feast day. Today He says be glad and remember Yahawashi and his 1,000-year reign to come. And if I want to be part of the hopeful elect, which is already ordained, but if I had the wisdom and knowledge to understand these scriptures in that way, and if you do too, you have a pretty good shot at being part of the hopeful elect. If you're teaching the sound doctrine, if you're making sure that you're like I said, rehearsing those righteous acts. It says, this is the part I love when it gets into this part. It says, "But then you shatter me with dreams and terrify me with visions." So it's always a test. It's always more that we can learn, There's always more that we can experience. Because we got to remember Yahawashi Mashiach experienced it all. He didn't never falter or fold. He experienced everything. Even Job, he had to go through countless disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. And if you can learn how to get that understanding that he's all powerful and everything is just a testing of your faith, then you're going to do pretty well in this all. And you're going to feel like this. It says, I hate my life and don't go back. It says, I'm sorry, let's go to verse 15. I'm sorry. It says, I would rather be strangled, rather die than suffer like this. So aren't we called to hate this life here? Aren't we called to hate this hell here? No one that is being oppressed is going to love their oppressor. And we know that everything is set up the way it's set up because of our oppressor. So we're called to hate our life, but love Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi more than our own lives. And that's where we have to get to. That's where he has to put us. He has to teach us that. Because sometimes we could think that it's okay here. It's all right. Not that. Nah, you want to hate this life. You want to hate everything about it. And if you're not hating it, then you're getting too comfortable. We should disdain this place. It says, I hate my life and I don't want to go on living. Oh, leave me alone for my few remaining days. So, Job is in connection with that. He understands. He understood that, this is hell. But we still have to be tried. It says, what are people that you should make so much of us? And when we mean people, it means the Israelites. Like, what are you, why, it's kind of like a thankful type of statement, but you're saying, but because you're going through the grief of it all, you're like, man, why, Lord? But without asking why in a sense, That's what I love about Job, because it's dark sayings to it. You got to be able to connect with it. You got to see that he never went off. He didn't question. He just was more questioning himself. Like, man, who am I? That I'm able to experience the hand of the Most High Yahawah and His Son Yahawashi. Though I'm just a man. Why are you testing me at this level to where I got to learn so that I can receive something great? It says, what are people that you should make so much of us, that you should think of us so often? For you examine us every morning and test us every moment. And that goes back to what I was saying. He's going to be testing us. He's going to allow us to be tested through all this. Like I said, not directly, but he doesn't get his hands dirty with that. He has beings on the, and spirits on the left-hand side to help achieve that for us. But the test is always on. And what's the test? The test is stay faithful to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. If you read Job, the Lord knew he was going to be victorious in it all. And so we got to try to keep the same mindset in this. It says, why won't you leave me alone, at least long enough for me to swallow? It says, if I have sinned, what have I done to you? O watcher of all humanity, why make me your target? Am I a burden to you? And that's that David, feeling like the spirit was taken away from me. I'm cursed to the point where you're not going to deliver me. And it says in the scripture, we want to feel humble like that. We want to allow him to crush us like that so he can lift us up. It's the only way we can be able to get the message sometime of what he's trying to teach us. And he will use certain of his elect, or those in that are I'd say the hopeful elect, to try to show others and have a testimony of what Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi has done for them. And I gotta be honest, without the testimonies of the brothers of Great Millstone, knowing, just starting on top with Apostle Gabar, and Apostle Kai, and bishops and everyone giving their testimonies of how they've been in this truth for so long, and how, I was hearing one story, I think Apostle Tahar said he had to share a sandwich with Apostle Gabar, so, they've been in jail, they've been locked up, I think, in cuffs at least, lost homes, I don't know if they actually lost homes, but I heard other brothers say they lost homes, they lost cars, they lost family members, they lost wives, gotten wives, lost wives again, So this walk is really serious. It's really a battle zone. It's really a war, and it's a spiritual war. And it's only for those that are able to be soldiers in it all, and endure it all, and then also be able to help others and be charitable while you're doing it. Meaning doing these videos, meaning getting out there on the highways and byways, doing whatever you can. Always looking to be righteous and produce the fruits of the Spirit throughout all situations, even if you're on the chopping block, even if you're the one being targeted at that moment. It says, why not just forgive my sin and take away my guilt? And that's how it kind of feels, like, what did I do? Can you just take it away? I'm asking for forgiveness. Please deliver me, but we have to go through the motions of it all. This is the last of the last days. This tabernacle we praying is the last one. We're praying that we get to rejoice in Yahawah's 1,000-year reign, the prophecy of that, when it, in the spirit, like we're already there, if you can in your mind. And, but still be having the mindset that we have to continue to endure these things here and continue to push the work and do the work. It says, why not just forgive my sin and take away my guilt? For soon I will lie down in the dust and die. When you look for me, I will be gone. And so, it always goes back to praising Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. While you got breath in your lungs, while we're still here, let's give praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahushua Mashiach, for the glory that He promises for Himself first, then His Son, Yahushua, and then those that are part of His remnant, His holy elect. So if you have an ear to hear, please hear. Continue to rejoice no matter what the situation is in your life right now. Like I said, I'm going through it myself. I'm pretty sure others are going through it themselves. You hear brothers still pushing out videos, still pushing out testimonies, still having dreams and visions, still on the street corners, hopefully, someone out here was edified. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham, RawchaaQadash. Just want to say double honors to all the apostles, the elders, the teachers, the preachers, the priests, the bishops that came before us, that taught us this truth through the online videos, and their apostles and elders before them that consist mostly of the members of GMS, Great Millstone, and Shalawam to His holy elect. Till next time.